All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We're going over the absolute must-know policies that keep our district safe, civil, and supportive. Whether you're stepping into a classroom for the literal first time, or you're a seasoned veteran of Cleveland City Schools, setting that baseline of professional and legal expectations is absolutely paramount.
Welcome back. Look, I know you've already knocked out that extensive Safe Schools training, so think of this explainer as your high-level roadmap. We're talking about your professional protections, your ethical duties, and your everyday responsibilities here at Cleveland City Schools. We're going to distill all those dense manuals into real, actionable takeaways.
As Dr. Jeff Elliott, our Director of Schools, points out, setting a truly supportive tone starts with every single one of us completely understanding the legal and ethical expectations laid out in front of us. Because honestly, it's not just about checking a compliance box, it's about building a space where you and your students can thrive without a second thought. To keep things super efficient, we've organized these pretty heavy regulatory topics into 3 core pillars. Act 1 is professionalism and ethics. Act 2 covers respect and safety, and Act 3 is all about privacy and rights. Let's get to it.
Act 1. Professionalism and Ethics. Let's see how this sets the baseline for your daily interactions.
Now, this seal really represents the gravity of the Tennessee Teacher Code of Ethics. Legally, it mandates that educators protect the physical and emotional well-being of every single student. It's a huge reminder that teaching isn't just delivering a curriculum, right? It's a profound public trust. We are expected to stimulate that spirit of inquiry while fiercely protecting our students' constitutional rights.
So the absolute crucial takeaway here is maintaining rock-solid professional boundaries at all times. That means delivering non-discriminatory services and avoiding anything, literally anything, that could expose a student to disparagement. The ethics code is crystal clear on this. Your interactions with students have to happen in transparent, appropriate settings. And it goes without saying, but there is an absolute zero-tolerance policy for any sexually related behavior or sexual misconduct. Physical, electronic, consent or no consent, it doesn't matter. It's all about upholding the highest ideals of our profession.
But hey, it's not a one-way street. The Employee Handbook outlines that while you have a strict duty to report errant behavior within 30 days, you are also guaranteed rights. You absolutely have a right to a respectful, civil workplace. To protect that vibe, the district requires criminal background checks every 5 years for everyone on staff. You're also guaranteed a structured, transparent evaluation process. For teachers, that means those mandated annual team evaluations, and for new classified hires, 90-day evaluations to make sure you're getting the support you need to grow.
Moving right along to Act 2, Respect and Safety. Let's dive into the zero-tolerance policies on discrimination, bullying, and harassment.
Now, I really want you to notice how broadly harassment is defined here. It's not just physical stuff. It includes any disparaging words, advances, or even gestures of a sexual, racial, ethnic, or religious nature that mess with an individual's performance. This directly ties into our absolute mandate for cultural competency and stamping out racial bias. We have to be proactive. We need to prevent any environment where a student or a colleague feels intimidated.
When we look at the Title IX final rule, sexual harassment is explicitly recognized as unlawful sex discrimination. This includes quid pro quo situations, where educational perks are conditioned on sexual conduct, plus any behavior that a reasonable person would find severe, pervasive, and objectively offensive. And here's the real kicker. The second any employee has actual knowledge of an incident, the school is legally on the hook to respond promptly. There's no sweeping it under the rug.
This really illustrates the exact steps we have to take under Title IX. It shows how the grievance process respects the autonomy of the person complaining while making sure everyone gets fundamental due process. Step 1, even before an investigation kicks off, is offering free supportive measures. From there, investigations have to be totally impartial, no bias, no conflicts of interest, and we absolutely must apply the presumption of innocence until a final, written determination is handed down.
Beyond Title IX, Cleveland City Schools has zero tolerance for hazing, cyberbullying, and intimidation. And let's be real, cyberbullying through texts, fake profiles, or social media is treated with the exact same severity as someone getting pushed around in the hallway. Taking action here isn't just encouraged, it's a major part of your duty. We literally cannot look the other way.
So if you witness an incident, you need to report it immediately. Why? Because the clock starts ticking insanely fast. Administrators have to launch an investigation within just 48 hours of getting a report, and they've only got 20 calendar days to complete the whole thing and put interventions in place.
Your prompt reporting is the catalyst that makes that rapid response even possible.
All right, shifting gears to Act 3, Privacy and Rights. We're looking at the strict legal boundaries around student records and physical searches.
When it comes to student information, federal law doesn't mess around. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA, which is run by the U.S. Department of Education, dictates exactly how we handle this stuff. It's basically the absolute bedrock of student privacy. FERPA gives parents and eligible students the right to inspect their educational records within 45 days of a request. Plus, they have the right to challenge and seek amendments for any factual inaccuracies. And if you're wondering what counts as an education record, think of it as literally anything directly tied to the student that we maintain. Transcripts, disciplinary files, health records, you name it.
The huge takeaway for you today is that you cannot disclose personally identifiable information to third parties without prior written consent. But there's a major exception you definitely need to know. You can share this data with other school officials, but only if they genuinely have a legitimate educational interest, meaning they actually need that info to do their jobs. So, casually venting about a student's grades or behavior in the teacher's lounge, yeah, that's a strict FERPA violation. Keep it professional.
Now, transitioning from data privacy to physical rights, let's look at interrogations. It's kind of a tale of two scenarios. If the police initiate an interrogation, law enforcement has to inform the principal of probable cause first. But if a principal requests the interrogation for a school-related crime, things proceed a bit differently. In that case, the questioning can happen, but a principal's designee absolutely must be physically present in the room.
And when it comes to actual physical searches of a student, the threshold is super specific. First off, if a principal initiates a search, it has to be done by someone with state-required training, no exceptions. And all of these standards of reasonableness have to be met. You need cause that a specific student violated policy. You need reason to believe the search will actually turn up evidence like drugs or weapons, and the search cannot be excessively intrusive when you factor in the student's age and sex. Oh, and if they're under 18, a parent or guardian has to be notified within a reasonable time frame.
Okay, wow, we have covered a massive amount of intense legal ground today, from FERPA and Title IX to ethical boundaries and searching students. But please, remember that these policies aren't just bureaucratic red tape. They are the exact framework that actually empowers you. They let you build a classroom where boundaries are clear, respect is mutual, and students can truly thrive without fear.
So, as we wrap up this explainer and look forward to an incredible year ahead, I want to leave you with a thought to carry into your classroom. How will you use these foundational standards to not just check a compliance box, but to actively elevate your teaching and fiercely protect your students? Have an amazing year, and thank you for your dedication to Cleveland City Schools.